do some different ways in which we impact their balance from the grip or from just as soon as we get any form of a grip or a clinch. So let's just work on this concept. We'll do several things with this today. But when I come in and I go to grip him, see how he got, that was off balance, right? And I didn't even actually grip his gi. I just went like that, okay? Now, here's what people do is you'll start getting ready to move in and you'll stop doing this part. Like right now, I'm like, he's wearing me like a weighted vest, right? And it's making his feet, like he wants to move, but you gotta pull it out of quicksand or something, right? So he's sinking down when I do this, and then I can start working in. But I've got to have my hands independent of my hips. I have to keep this down pressure as I get a little closer so I can take a leg out. Okay, so when I'm here, look, I've got this pressure, I start getting off to the side a little bit. I want weight down in that foot when I go for that leg hook takedown, okay? With Kosoto Gake, the judo, it's a second grip throw. It's like, I mean, it's the top 16 throw 50. 2 groups of 8, that's a fundamental, right? That throw is in all martial arts. Also, I'll let that, okay? So when I'm here, boom, I've got this, and I keep that as I get close enough to that leg hook. Make sense? Let's work on that. 1, 2. 1 quarter, 3. Okay. So, but he should feel, like the first time somebody did it to me, I was just like, dude, why don't I know about it? That's the first thing I thought. But every time that he would grab, boom, it was just like, oh, like I'm carrying the guy. Okay? So apply that concept to some other situations. Like look at this right here, this grip. Instead of going to the triceps back here, I'm gonna go right under his elbow. Okay? And then here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our eyes closed for this first part of the drill so we can kind of gain a sensitivity to it. And then too, like look how my feet are light or your feet light, do like that. Okay? Now, I wanna be heavy on him without compromising what I just said. I want his feet to be heavy, I want my feet to be light. So I can move it, right? If his feet are heavy, he can't move around very much while I'm moving in, even better. So I think about not pulling him down as much as I think about lifting myself up. Right? So here, I feel that he's on my gi with 2 grips. If he lets go, here. He lets go, here. So let go and like come over with this side, just as a comparison, right? Whoa. Okay. So people are either gonna come under or they're gonna go over. Right? When he can't, he took the first 2 times, he's like, I wanna go with this. I just pushed it across. And then we'll get more concise with this in a minute, but when you push it across, see, I'm just adding that same element, right? So let's just get that standard grip. And close your eyes, and you're gonna feel when they let go. If they let go and you feel them coming up, it's the steering wheel. All right? When you feel them go under, in wrestling they call it a slide by, like this. Okay? So it's essentially what we're doing, but we're kind of punching the grip with it. Okay? Now, again, my feet and my hands are working independently of one another. So I can't stop doing this in these other components. Like I'm trying to keep that weight on you. We'll get more concise with it in a second, but just do this as a drill where you're, all right? One other thing too, if he goes under this side, like I pin it and lay weight on it, but it's like a lever from his collar, right? So he feels weight right there, okay? So just work with that and then we'll add a couple of things, okay? 1, 2. Page on this, you're very heavy on the person, but you can't like just kind of stay there. I'm getting too far outside of my legs to start doing that right there. And like you were just like a post on it. But like, look, when I start doing this, like that's like a strong, like when I start leaning on you, I take the back. That's like a strong posture. Now, like some people I work this with are doing like this, which is not exactly the same. It can work a little bit, right? But here's the thing. Once you have this connection here, my feet are light, his are heavier, I'm pulling down, I'm lifting myself up. If he lets go there, I'm gonna hang my weight on this collar, and I'm gonna let go of that sleeve, and I'm gonna grab his hip bone. And now I'm just gonna go where he wants. And I had that grip from the beginning, right? But once I took my back, it started tackle choke. Okay, I don't need hooks yet. I've already got the choke. All right, so here I can start materializing, but it's like, that is the order of operations I wanted. Okay, so, and it doesn't matter which route you take to the back. Like back, this is really common. Me playing with this for the last several weeks, he lets go with this one a lot. Cool. But I still have this. Once I'm here, grab. Right, and just stay. Here's the thing. If John Danaher says that a central problem of people being internal is that they can stand up. Right? Rickson Gracie says you shouldn't be able to stand up. Well, you got somebody internal. He's been saying it since '93. And I can give you guys all a source where he's like, oh yeah, all these black belts and different people at the seminar. He's like, yeah, well, you shouldn't be able to stand up when somebody's on your back. And everybody's like, why do we think that? Right? And then there's still a whole group of people that are like, you got to break them down to their side because they can stand up. Here's the thing: if I keep this same weight on you, and I make it be heavy on your hands, to where, good luck standing up. Right? So yes. But then too, like I'm heavy on your scapulas. I'm pulling that lapel down. I'm leaning into you, pushing you off of your knees a little bit. Like it's just like when we were on the other breaking balance for standing, the very beginning, just the basic Kuzushi drill. Okay? So you gotta find a way to keep that lean on them, weight distribution, sort of driving into them. I'm moving around with this as we go down. That's why people get extended off their base. You gotta kind of follow them a little bit and keep that connection. Like Chris Haueter calls this idea transitional connection. Right? So get a partner, stay heavy on them, you take them to the floor. Just do it once. Okay, so when we're in here, and he may like reject something that I'm doing, right? So like if I've got this sort of balance, and he lets go with this, and I'm here, and he rejects that, right? Just was off balance anyway, So it's like, oh, okay, we're going this way. I'm just gonna keep lifting you up until you can't do this. And I'm just gonna follow. I'm not gonna get too far out ahead of myself. Just driving, okay? But here's what we'll do. We've gone this under one to go to the back. So if he lets go and goes over, right? So come up with this. Either one, right? You come up with that hand, and I'm trying to do this. So both of those are passed to the back. This is more what we throw by, and in wrestling they call the other one a slide by. Yeah, call it whatever. Call it off balance. Right? So the thing is when he lets go and goes up, and like there's a fight here, right? Like he's not giving me what I want. Sorry. Now I still have the back right now because he kind of was here. All right? We're gonna go here. And we'll do 2 options on this. We'll come back for the second one. But I'm not Uchimata-ing him. I kind of am. I mean, I'm bumping his thigh. You might hook his leg and it becomes an Kosoto Otoshi, and that's fine. Whatever. But from this grip here, I'm doing this punch. See, now his leg's backward, but I'm still gonna bump it right there. And it's so easy because he has no balance already. A lot of times I'll be trying throws over the years where like, I still threw the guy sometimes, but they had balance when I was trying to get the throw, right? And then I had to take the balance with the throw. You have taken it before. Like he's practically, like over there, he's just playing around. He's like falling down before I even do anything, right? So think about it as like guiding it to the floor, okay? So from here, I can just punch, but if he starts to come up and I'm here and we get in this fight, that plane won't work, this one will, okay? And look how I'm leaning on him, bump, tie up. Okay, so it's the same thing is what we just did. I'm just gonna go to a different throw, right? Ko-Uchi. And you know, a lot of this stuff we're doing this morning is like when I go to come in, I'm changed, like we're fighting on this line right now, right? We're just right here in the pocket. But then if I can keep him on this line as I change and I'm go on this, that's part of what makes that last technique we just did work, right? When you're going to the back, you're saying you're fighting them on a different line, okay? Now, look, from this one we did earlier, I can go into that same relationship, right? And then two, if I'm hanging weight, just think if I'm doing any one line, like just like the Kuzushi like we're doing, maybe it's a little, you know, could be in this context we just talked about, but if he shuts down one line, I'm gonna go to another line, right? So if I'm trying to raise here and he's shutting that down, boop, right there. Now look at this. Coach, I could have stepped past the leg, and because of how this is, you know, we're kind of static, just drilling, and everybody's learning it. So, but when I'm doing this, a lot of times his leg goes like this already, and it's because of the how I'm affecting him with the connection, the stiff arm, okay? But when I get this, that little bump right there, that's Otoshi here, right? That little bump, O-Uchi-Gari. And then too, so before I started doing this stuff, here's what this would look like. It's still cool. Right? So, but that's all three of them. Look, Uchimata, Ko-Uchi-Gari, Otoshi. Yeah, well, and two. But look, the other stuff is stuff I already knew that. I already knew those individual throws. The other stuff's that California Jiu-Jitsu. Right? So, they do things differently over there. But here, well, it's going to depend. Like, they're going to be fighting back, you know, and like that might not happen as much. And you may have to bump it with your hip. You might even pick it up with your leg a little bit. Then I'm going to go, O-Uchi's on the inside of the plant leg, Toshi's on the outside. I just keep running down the lateral line if he's facing this way for that Toshi, that last one. But this is all preceded by, when I say Uchimata, that's Uchimata. I'm just bumping it with my hip or thigh. It means inner thigh read, right? I can pick it up with my leg, but that stiff arm picking it up a little bit for you already. If it's not, bump it and get it picked up because that's going to make those other throws more effective. All right? Let's do it. 1, 2. Take it back, grab it. You got this, we did the leg hook at the beginning. You got this Uchimata sequence sort of idea. If I get that leg back, this plant leg's going to be easy to take out. Stiff arm. Okay, so here, we're gonna hang weight on that collar in a similar fashion. And when he pulls back at all, like if I feel any backward weight, that's my time to come in. Okay? So here, like this. Yes, okay, so see, like look, I'm gonna, as I feel this, that settle back, I'm gonna let it pull me in, but I gotta keep this. I had to hang down this several times. Even Scott Burr did it to me when he was here. I think he might have done it in the private.
Did? Yeah, with that one, the wrist grab.
Yeah. In Kosoto, the outside, the leg hook, that's one. This is the inside, O-Uchi. The difference, like an Uchimata, is I'm here. In O-Uchi, I'm still on this one. Okay? So here, I'm there, and when I feel him pulling away, I gotta keep that down pressure, or he gonna step out. Right? And I've been making jokes with some other stuff I might. There's this, and then there's like dancing instructor judo, where you know they step out of your O-Uchi every time. Like put that forward, and step out, and right? And then you know after a couple minutes, you know make that look so good, and then we wouldn't be able to fight people. Right? We would be like, bro, we got this. And 1 and 2 and 3, but and then we'd start doing the other leg, and it would go funny. Somebody come in here and be like, I'm going to the other leg, right? But the thing is, when that foot is stuck to the floor, all I have to do is touch it, and you're gonna fall backwards, right? So, look, when people get pulled down like this, they don't want to go down. They don't want to come forward. Like that's the idea. If you do, I'll just take your back. I'll snap you down. I'll stiff arm you. Like we can do that too. I'll change the line. But here, this is when you kind of posture up, pull away, and be off the sleeve grip as we mentioned. But we're doing collar, inside straight. Make sense? Last one. 1, 2.